History and Headlocks. Class is in session.
So we've had a few days to recover over here. I think mostly mentally. I was gonna say physically, but physically maybe on my end, but I don't know, mentally as well. How are you feeling right now?
I'm good.
That's all you got to say.
Middle of the week, I feel okay. I feel good. I feel good, man.
Especially after Sunday.
Especially after Sunday. Yeah, I feel real good. Real good.
Yeah. In case anybody missed it, we had our pretty much our first live stream of History and Headlocks, which whoever tuned in live, thank you for tuning in. Big thank you to Jay Santee, who pretty much pretty much was the producer for the entire thing. Without him, we can't do any of this, so big props to him. And if you missed it, the reason why we went live was because we did a fantasy warfare draft where I represent WWE and Ari represent AEW, and let's just say it got very chaotic.
You think?
Yeah, especially I threw out the B word early on for no looking back for no reason.
Like, whoa! You took warfare seriously.
It's competitive, so I was kind of getting in the mood. So
you got in character big time.
Yeah, we'll call it character.
There you go.
It's a dark side that came at me of that day.
I know. I was like, I need a moment.
Right. But overall, before we get into, so pretty much this is going to be a special recap of the live stream, and then we're also going to be proposing trades to one another from our respective brands, and it's pretty much going to be anybody that's not drafted that is available to be traded. But we'll get into that in a bit. But overall, how do you feel about the way the draft went for you?
I think it went really well. I got some good champions on my list. Mm-hmm. So sorry you have to vacate. You have some vacates there that you have to fill now. But yeah, overall, I'm very satisfied with my list.
Yeah, I'll say the same thing for me. As much as it hurt to see some of the people that you drafted on from my side, I was very pleased that I was able to grab some of the people that I wanted to get.
Right.
And pretty much I thought overall, I would definitely like to do this more.
Yeah.
If we could do, if anybody's watching, comment down below what kind of scenarios we could do. Maybe we could do like WCW versus ECW, maybe, or I don't know, maybe. We'll think of like some other ways of doing draft episodes.
Sure, or even like vintage WCW, versus current day AEW, current day WWE.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool.
Yeah. But as far as this draft that we did, to recap, for Ari, she drafted for AEW, her selections were Finn Balor. This is all in order, by the way. Finn Balor, Motor City Machine Guns, Lash Legend, Carmelo Hayes, Julia, Charles Mason, who was her call up from the Indies, Johnny Gargano, Javon Evans, Penta, Stephanie Vaquer, and she stole back Konosuke Takeshita, who was drafted on my side. And then for me, I selected Kyle Fletcher, Megan Bain and Penelope Ford, Layla Gray, Brian Cage, Konosuke Takeshita. I called up main event from the Independents, Butcher and Blade, Jay White, Bandito, Brody King and Buddy Matthews, and for my swap, I took back Javon Evans. So yeah, overall, you drafted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 champions.
5 champions. Hell yeah.
4.5 because Lash is one half of the women's tag.
Right.
But yeah, 5 champions.
4.5. Half a champ there.
Right. And I took one. Mega Bane's like half of the women's champions.
Mm-hmm.
And 3, because Bandito's ROH world champion right now.
Right. Correct.
So with that, all that said and done, uh, let's point. Let me point out the obvious. Why didn't we? In your reasoning, why didn't you let any of the big names?
I really didn't want to pick anybody that was too WWE established. You know, a lot of these guys have been almost lifers, if not lifers themselves.
Hmm.
And I feel like they're just so ingrained with WWE's philosophy and style that they just won't translate well in AEW.
Right.
You know, and it's not to say that there isn't that possibility because we've seen some of the guys come over and do pretty well. But I felt like it was easier to look at some of the stars that have wrestled in the indies, wrestled overseas, um, that can adapt easily with different styles.
Hmm.
You know, yeah,
Right. But pretty much like did you like so pretty much you tried to stay away from like a Randy, a Cody,
right,
Punk, Gunther, like those types of
yeah,
names.
Roman. Like I thought about Seth at one point, but I was like, oh, I wouldn't mind seeing someone like Seth in AW, but
Hmm.
I also feel like his whole persona was built in WWE. Number one and number two, he's been kind of injury prone lately.
Hmm.
So I was like, you know what? I think that slot could be allotted to somebody else.
Right.
Yeah.
For me, it was more of the sense of I'm on the same page as you. Like trying to think of people that would fit the mold of what WWE is currently doing,
Mm-hmm.
and also too really didn't want to do like the obvious ones. Like I didn't want to be like, oh, like I'll just take MJF, Osprey, Swerve. Like I didn't want to do the obligatory. Like I'll just take all the main eventers.
Right.
Wanted to try and be different in the sense of let's grab some people that nobody's really talking about or people that are being misused in
Yeah.
certain cases.
Like yeah, people that just need a refresh, maybe.
Yeah.
That's why I picked Finn. I mean, Finn's been there for a long time, but I feel like he still has such a solid career ahead of him, even though he's already in his 40s. Like the dude moves like he's still very young and spry, and I feel like why not put him in a different atmosphere with guys more compatible to his size or compatible to his style that we can see in AEW.
Right.
He has history, kind of, sort of, with some of the storylines going on. And just I think that he could pull off some dream matches.
It would be interesting to see in another world if Prince Devitt did go to AEW.
Yeah,
Because I
yeah.
think with WWE, it's definitely one of those very high potential when he got to the main roster, but the injury that he suffered after
Mm-hmm.
winning the Universal title that I think in Vince's head, I'll say at least in that instance, it was more of we can't trust him, or it's
Right. It's almost like they lost their faith in him
like quickly over
quickly, and it's like
one scary injury.
right, and it's like damn. How many if he would have done that to other people in the past that had gotten scary injuries, can you imagine where their careers would have been?
Hmm. I've heard some people say like pretty much if Finn didn't get hurt, like, he kind of got the Cody pretty much got the Finn push right away, or
Yes.
like in other cases as well. But with Finn, you could definitely see that they definitely wanted him to hold the title on long enough for maybe
Mhm.
like 6 months or more, depending on
Right.
how everything went. But
And it's just crazy because when you really think about, okay, yeah, he had that injury, he's come back, and he's stayed relatively healthy.
yeah,
He has stayed relatively healthy since then. Like you haven't seen him go out for like a year with an injury. If he gets hurt, maybe a couple of weeks,
hmm
or or he had his head cracked open,
mm.
on edge, but he was right back in there like nothing after a couple of weeks. And
He's taking time off due for an angle or personal because I know he got married in
right,
the last couple of
right,
years.
he
So
got
it's like,
married, stuff like that. So it's weird that they haven't been like, okay, you know what? Not for nothing. He stayed healthy. He's been very consistent with his work. Let's
yeah,
just give him a second chance, and instead they just dangle it in front of him and then take it away.
Yeah, and I made the comment too. I was like, thank you for eating all the pins on the way out, sir.
Right.
Where unfortunately for the last couple of years, he's kind of been the fall guy. I've seen some people on social media call him like Pin Bauer because he's always the one eating the pin.
And it's like they're probably looking at him also like, all right, he's what 42, 43 years old now this stage, and they're probably like, oh well, but then you still have other 40-something-year-olds holding belts.
Weirdly, yeah.
Yeah. So I could just see him like going to AEW.
He probably definitely I would say he definitely got labeled as the good hand.
Right.
That they could put him with other people and he could get them over me. Well,
right.
Like he's over, but he could be more over.
Yeah, people freaking love the dude.
I mean, his Edges is over. That's the one thing that everybody gravitated towards when we got signed to NXT.
Exactly. People love the guy, and it's weird that they would, I don't know, just kind of not bench him completely, but kind of just have him on the sidelines a lot. Or
they don't realize what they have in him.
Or anchored down with other. Thankfully, from what I see, he's on his own again. So.
Yeah. By the time this recording, he just got kicked out of Judgment Day now.
Mm-hmm.
He's on a collision course with Dominic from Mania this year, and it's also, if you think about this too, in another world, if he were to go to AEW, we're not going to see the same old face paint every time. It's going to be different looks like he used to do.
Right, different looks, and just think of some of the matches like he could run it back with Kenny, like I posted earlier, last week or earlier this week. He could, run it back with Kenny and put a great match. He could work with guys he's never ever worked with before, like Mike Bailey. I mean, I think they will put on a hell of a match. Kevin Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Put on a crazy match with Darby.
Also,
Finn isn't scared to get hardcore,
Yeah. Him and MJF.
Oh God, yeah.
Him and Swerve. I mean,
Swerve,
a lot of them. Well, not Kyle Fletcher. Remember,
that's right. You took my Kyle.
Yeah, that was my rebuttal pick for that one. But let's talk about Kyle then. In the instance for Kyle, I mean, the comparison to him being like a younger, maybe. Yeah, he's more younger, but it's definitely a Randy Orton copy.
Mm-hmm.
In some aspects of it, but moveset wise, completely different. He definitely moves like a Kenny, or like he works like those styles, which you kind of hope like if he goes to WWE, he kind of slows down a little bit.
Yeah, because he's another one that's not scared to go all in and bleed, and he bruises easily, so you always see him bruised up and beat up. Like he's not scared to do that kind of stuff. Yeah,
and he could work with anybody too.
He could definitely work with anybody. I mean, the kid is, he's so young still and has a lot of experience under his belt already as it is. It just has a whole future ahead of him.
Right.
Yeah.
I know like years ago, WWE definitely offered him a deal, but he chose the other way around. But I think just when you look at him, like he would definitely be like, because everybody would say like, oh, like Cody should turn heel. Enough of the nonsense or like we had it with babyface Cody.
Mm-hmm.
Theoretically, if pushed correctly and as a babyface, Kyle could be that next guy. You could say, well, okay, we could turn Cody and be happy saying Kyle is the next top babyface.
They could. They definitely could. Although I think he is a fantastic heel.
Right.
He is. He's really owned that. Like he came to his own as a heel. You know what I mean? But not that he can't be a babyface. Yeah, of course he could. I mean, it's it's versatile, but I feel like I don't know. I think he could be a heel for a long time in his career.
I mean, eventually, they always say like the greatest babyface are sometimes the greatest heels, and sometimes the greatest heels are the greatest babyfaces.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I don't think we really had that chance to see what Kyle could do as a face. Like he had that little bit thing with Ospreay, but
yeah,
in the long run, like it doesn't hurt to like, try Kyle as a babyface because eventually like your Kenny Omegas are not going to be around much longer. They're going to be winding down, and then like your Hangmans are not going to be there. Like they're still young, but it's going to be like you're going to need that next top guy to promote your company around.
Yeah, he could. He's potentially one of them.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
especially with all the other top heels in AEW, like with Swerve,
Yeah,
MJF,
yeah. It's still hard.
Andrade as
It's,
well.
it's still going to be hard for Swerve to be fully over. I mean, fully integrated as a heel because he's so beloved.
Right.
He he could no matter what happens, no matter what he does, he's still gonna get the Swerve's house.
Yeah, no matter what, he's
Like,
always gonna be get that. He's gonna be over
yeah,
in that sense.
he's gonna have to like do some real heinous, something really truly heinous, and I just don't know what that could be. But
Yeah,
he's still a badass no matter what.
yeah. I also say for my thought process for my draft, and I mentioned it on the live stream too, is that I was gonna try and stay away from the obligatory. Oh, I'm just gonna take this guy back because
Uh-huh.
I think it was like if I would have said like if my picks were like Jericho, Christian, Edge, it would be like, oh, I'm just getting my legends back. But it's also in the fact of I did think about it, at least with the Edge and Christian thing, because if Edge is retiring this year, like it would have been at least better for him to end his career in WWE because that's pretty much where he made his name.
Right.
Like in AEW, he's having like a decent run, but it's not. I would say like Hall of Fame or
Yeah.
like
He's had a lot of other things going on the side that he's had the freedom to, leave and come back.
yeah.
So,
Which seems like a lot at this point, and
it
he's
has
only
been a
been in the
lot.
company for like 3
Yeah.
years now.
Yeah, he's got the TV show to film, and I guess Beth had to get some kind of work done, some kind of surgical work done that kept him out for a while. To, I guess take care of her,
Right.
and yeah. So hopefully, from here until he truly decides that it's over, he'll be there consistently every week
Right.
with a good tag team run with Christian and putting on some amazing matches with FTR and the Young Bucks and whoever else steps up.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you think like maybe, I mean, again, like we keep saying like Kenny Omega, Hangman, Swerve, like those types of names, but it just feels like this might be like a good, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
like a good feeling run in this. Like it's probably not the best word for it, but just like one last run with Christian. That might be his. That's what it felt like. From the word go.
It is. It's that good feeling. It's that nostalgic feeling. It's that one more time,
With my
even
best
though
friend.
they're best friends, even though they're not the same people they used to be, because Christian has become this brand, this brand of his own, where he's this cold-hearted. You don't ever see the man smile, like in that interview they did with Renee Paquette yesterday.
Right.
Oh, hilarious! It was hilarious, and he's just so like whatever. I'm just here because I want to get paid.
Right, and it's kind of like I don't want to say he's holding Christian back, but it's just you see Christian's character work. It's definitely there's definitely more for him to do before he eventually hangs it up.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Because as we talked about in his retrospective episode, like it definitely feels like he was held back for so long.
Yeah. What I do like is that they reunited them, but they didn't make Christian the good guy again. He's still just as much of a prick.
Yeah.
As he
And maybe
was.
maybe at the end he turns on them and just says, "You know what? Like we had the good times, but now it's like I have time to do what I want."
Maybe.
Again.
Like yes, yeah. Like I'm done with you.
Yeah. But is there anybody that you wanted to grab that you weren't able to get in the draft?
I mean, I still have my little list here of other folks that I had, and one of them was a take back.
Who?
Hobbs, Royce Keys.
Really?
I would have taken him back in a heartbeat. Yeah, why not? The dude has potential. I mean, he was doing some really good shit in AEW with the Trios Championship. He was involved in the major storyline as like a side character, I guess. And I still think to myself, man, with Joe having to step away, I guess he's truly injured. He could have been the one doing this whole leading the ops and recruiting new members and not Hook. You know, like it could have been so much more for him, and it just feels weird that he signed to this place and they have not yet done anything with him. But still, they viewed him. They should, if they were going to not do anything with him yet, they should have just kept them under wraps until they were ready.
Right. I mean,
This feels weird. Like, oh, we saw him. We know he's been doing dark matches, but why is he not on TV yet? Even if he's just muscle right now, like put him on TV. Let people who may not be familiar with him get familiar with him.
right. It's definitely one of those weird things where
It's very odd to me.
yeah, I always play devil's advocate with you because I know how you always feel, how you feel, but it's definitely I'm in agreement with you. I think the Rumble, I think it was the wrong place, wrong time, especially with that crowd because the Saudi Arabia crowd just doesn't know what the AEW know. The AEW is probably, but they don't know about
I
these
don't
new
think they can
guys.
watch it. I don't think they get it. From what I understand, they don't. They're not broadcast out there.
Right, but it's also
You have
too
to
like
look for it. You know.
it's all in respect to like Powerhouse Hobbs is not a big star name yet.
No, he was. Yeah, he wasn't. He wasn't. Wasn't up there, but he could have been. And I feel like he was on his way.
Right.
I feel like
But
things were
it was
making
just like a little
for
too
him.
late, little too late in
Yeah,
terms of his.
like he should have left. If he wanted to leave, he should have left when they weren't doing anything with him. And then like he's finally doing stuff, and he's on TV every week. He's involved in something, and like then you leave. It kind of reminds me of like when Andrade was finally getting that push, and he did that amazing run in the Continental Classic, and he had that feud with Miro, and then he left to WWE, and now he's back because he wasn't happy with how things were transpiring, and I just worry that somebody like Hobbs may actually have that same kind of buyer's remorse or seller. I mean, I don't know if he would be considered the buyer or the seller, but like I would hate for him to be sitting there like it's been 2 months since I debuted, and yet here I am just sitting by the catering table, hoping that I can, finally get something to be on TV.
Well, you would hope that Triple H or creator, it would be Triple H. You would hope that he would tell him like, listen, we'll do this thing at the Rumble. We'll have you work some dark matches just so you can get maybe familiarized with the ring or like weird. It's always like that weird mindset where it's like
weird.
Like you have to get like familiarized with the WWE style, and then it's
it's
like because I can imagine Triple H. You would I hope he has plans for him because when you look at him, it's like
from what they say, there's nothing for him. If he had plans, he'd be on TV right now.
Yeah, but I'm saying in this. But I'm saying in the sense of hold him. His mindset must. This is what I think Triple H is thinking. Hold him off until maybe the Andre Battle Royal, because most of every year that thing never means anything. So if Triple H wants to do something big this year, and have him make his big big debut on the SmackDown before Mania, have him win the trophy, and then he could go on WrestleMania stage and do the Andre pose, and then see where it goes from there. Or he's saving already. Or he's saving him for the night after WrestleMania, either on a Raw or SmackDown.
But they blew it already. They blew it already by putting him in the Rumble for like 2 minutes, in front of a crowd that had no idea who the hell he was, and had him do the whole interview with Stephanie and all this stuff on YouTube, featuring him. Why to go through all of this, hoopla for him if you're not even going to use him yet? They should have just kept them completely under wraps. Maybe have him at the Performance Center, getting acclimated to WWE's style, and then bring him in when you have something solid for the guy to work with.
Or maybe just send him to NXT first. At least have him do a year. I know, but it's like when you look at NXT, they gutted the women's roster, but it's also and they took all three of the big stars, Javon, Trick, and Oba. But eventually, that's the goal. The goal is not to stay in NXT forever. Like a Tony D'Angelo, who's been there for 5 years now.
No, I mean,
because eventually guys like Ethan, Ricky, Joe Hendry are going to be on the main roster soon, and they need people to.
That they're already saying that the reason why some of those guys have not been elevated is because they want to keep them for ratings purposes on NXT, and that's Ricky, Ethan, what's her face, Mariah May. I forgot her name already in there.
Blake and Joe Hendry.
Blake, whatever. Yeah, and somebody else. And I was like, so these are in the, where did they all come from? Where did they all come from?
Right.
AEW. And it's
Well,
crazy.
Joe is the exception, but I get your point.
Yeah, well, Joe. Yeah, well, Joe came from TNA. You know, like I feel like these guys that came from these other promotions and not the homegrown people, they're getting sent up. But
There's
these
also
guys, because they have names in other places, oh, we should just keep them here in NXT because ratings. Meanwhile, they're like doing like they should be doing so much more and deserve to be doing so much more because they did more before.
And I think a lot of people are also missing the mark on this one too, but it's also like Danhausen gets more TV time before Royce Keys does.
And that for me is when I heard that whole so he could get used to. But Danhausen debuted at
In a stupid crate that gets booed out the building.
Got booed out the building, and he has been on TV on both shows, right?
Consistently, yeah.
Every week, even though he hasn't wrestled, but he has TV time, and he's doing really,
comedy,
cutesy stuff that he always does. But he's there every week, and it's like, but if you could use him in that capacity, then why can't you use Hobbs as somebody's muscle for a little bit before he goes in the ring?
Yeah.
It could be, I don't know who's muscle, but like someone obviously smaller than him, maybe like a Carmelo or like a Carmelo or somebody, and he could just be the bodyguard and then start kind of like how Diesel was. Remember how Diesel came in? He came in as Sean's bodyguard, Sean's muscle, and then he started wrestling.
No.
After having the explosion.
I mean, I think I've pitched you like have like Royce B. Trick's bodyguard.
Even that.
Because I mean, if you're gonna do, I mean, this is all a different tangent from the fantasy draft, but it's one of those points where again, like I can understand like you saying, "Hey, I'll take Hobbs back," but it's also in the case for like on the AEW roster, Tony Khan has a tendency to have people benched too. It's either he knows they're going to be leaving, or he just that they're constantly hurt and he can't do anything with them. Wardlow, I didn't want to take. Wardlow never came across my mind as like a pick. Maybe as like a blimp, but it was also too like.
I'm sorry to say it. Like Wardlow has the potential. He has it. He has the look. He actually is pretty talented in the ring, but he's made out of sugar. He breaks so easily.
And it's gonna be one. It's gonna be one of those scenarios too. Like, say, when the day comes that like Tony Khan says, "You know what? Enough. I've invested too much money into this. It's no use.
Right.
Lets him go." This dude goes to WWE and he's there on a consistent basis. He's working out great, and then you guys, all the fans are gonna be like, "This fucker was a faker."
No, that's the thing. Yeah, that could be right. That
like
or
he's like a moniker.
Or WWE may be like, we heard about you. You get hurt, you come back, and then the next night you're hurt.
Right.
Because that's happened how many times already? Where he's literally come back, and within days of coming back or weeks, he's hurt again.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird, and it's like, yeah, I don't know.
Like Malachi Black, I wasn't even thinking of. I wasn't thinking Miro. Because I was like, they had their time and they had a little bit of success, but overall, it just felt like they were waiting for WWE to call them back up.
Yeah, I wouldn't have taken them back. I would like, nah, you could keep them. I'm not going to take them back.
And on a side note, it's very funny too when Rusev was on Chris Van Vliet, and he said that the reason he wanted to go back to WWE was because he wanted to face competition. Dude, AEW was trying to book you in everything, and you said no. You didn't want to lose.
Right. And then, you end up having, again, and it's the same thing that I said about Andrade too. They were putting this feud that was actually pretty decent. They put on a hell of a match at World's End. And then they both decide that they don't want to be there anymore. When they were finally getting that opportunity to elevate, like this was their chance to show, hey, we're serious. We're serious about this. And now
funny enough, I'm representing WWE, and I do have Rusev and Black on my roster, but you know what I mean. If I was in your shoes, I wouldn't draft them back over to AEW. I'd say stay where you are.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want you to. If I was in your shoes, I wouldn't take Wardlow. Sorry, Wardlow.
Or who else? Like not even a guy like Scorpio Sky I would consider, because again, like it looks like it looks like and feels like he's made of glass. Like maybe also it's getting old too. He's been around for a long time, but it's
Yeah,
also like I think you're around and then you get hurt again.
yeah, those are things that you have to take into consideration. Is are you going to be fragile, a fragile, delicate flower? Like Britt Baker, I wouldn't take her if I was in your shoes. Like she's always getting hurt or she's always getting sick, and then you hear about her attitude backstage, and it's like, nah, we good.
Right. She
You
might be
know?
done with wrestling altogether. We don't know.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem like she's interested in going back because I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's weird, but there's a lot. There was a lot that I had to to consider with who I put in my list. Is that like, are they injury prone? Are they too old? Are they too WWE-fied? you know?
It's not for nothing. I could like when you said his name earlier, Seth Rollins. He could fit in AEW, but it's just he's so WWE brainwashed at this point. It'd be like
That
he's not gonna like if he had a match with Kenny Omega, he's not gonna be like, okay, like we're gonna go super fast and like do all this New Japan stuff. He's gonna be like, no, slow it down,
yeah,
brother. Like we're
yeah.
gonna work like an old style Jim Cornette match
Like
that you hate.
he's not gonna go back to being Tyler Black.
No, he's
No.
very happy being Seth freaking Rollins
Right.
right now.
Yeah, and that's he's got it good. So
And even on the women's side for you, which by the way, F you on that note, but you took Julia and Steffi Vaquer, who pretty much would fit the mold and be better booked in AEW, honestly.
both, yeah.
Especially with Julia. You could realistically give either of them the TBS title right now, or like one of them would definitely be a perfect challenger for Tekla.
Yeah. Vaquer versus Tekla. Oh, Julia versus Tekla. I mean, you could just plug them in anywhere and they fit. Perfect.
It was definitely one of those things too when Steffi did work at AEW show, and that was her only appearance, and then she went straight to WWE.
She did that one show, and then she wrestled. I remember she did one show, and then she wrestled Mercedes on the
She
Forbidden
did
Door.
the Forbidden Door.
Yeah, which that match. I mean, I was there live for that match. It was she really outclassed. I feel like she was the reason why Mercedes started to like step herself up because she outclassed Mercedes in that match, and then Mercedes kind of started picking up the pace after that match.
Right. In the weird sense, it was Steffi's WWE tryout match.
Pretty much, yeah. And I really thought when that match happened, I'm like, oh yeah, Tony's gonna sign this girl.
Yeah. And then for me,
and I'm not saying that she's being completely misused in WWE. She's the world champion. It's just, it's not so much her, how they're using her. It's the booking and who they're booking her against, and it's like, it's hard. I think it's, and I don't want to say that because there's a lot of talented women in WWE. I just think she's just head and shoulders above the majority of them.
But as somebody who represented WWE in the draft, I pretty much know the answer, and you can agree with this, is that they have the idea of getting them the belt, but then it's now what? Because like Tiffany Strang last year, you have them hold these belts for a long, long time.
Nothing.
Not that many. The defenses are not in the double digits.
Right.
Jade won the belt back in November. That bitch didn't defend it until the new year.
Right. And it's just like.
And since then, one defense.
Like, are you not like what's with where's the long-term planning? Because like, on the other hand, you look at, okay, MJF came back, he won the belt. Like I said, it was not for me, it's not, I was never thrilled with that, but they had a plan for him, right, which was have everybody hunting him down for that belt.
Right.
And he's had how many matches since he's won that belt in December? Like every week almost he's had a match. He's wrestled, he wrestled this guy, Brody King twice. He's wrestled
Bandito, Kevin.
Like, I don't get it. A stark difference,
One of
Yeah,
those weird things. And not for nothing, before we did all this fantasy warfare stuff, the news item of the week was that Tony Khan almost made a bid for WWE back in
yeah.
2023.
When I saw that, I was like, and he tried to do it like on a sneak tip, right?
Right.
With a different brand representing the bid, right? Like, can
Can
you
you
imagine?
imagine a world where Tony Khan actually bought WWE and just combined both rosters?
That would have been. See, that's the thing. I would hope that he would have learned the lesson from when Vince bought WCW and keep them separate. And maybe on a like for a major event, you do something that brings them together. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because we don't want what happened 20 something years ago to happen again where there's no competition. Because TNA ain't competition.
Yeah, they're distant second.
Distant. You can't even see them. They're in a different.
That's why I was being a little fair and saying distant. Because you
Yeah,
know what? There's still people that enjoy TNA, but it's enjoyable as a third option
it's so
in
hard.
today's day for some people.
God, I don't know what
But
happened to it when they
but it's
moved over.
also another point for if there was only one company, there's not many options for these up and coming guys that are
Right.
trained to be wrestlers because
Exactly. We don't want.
they're being at AEW right now is beneficial for a lot of the wrestlers
Yeah,
nowadays. They're still coming
exactly.
up.
That's why I would hope that he would still keep them. Okay, WWE could still be WWE. You know, kind of treated like the NFL where you have different leagues, right? You have different teams, different franchises,
Yeah.
and they, you don't see the football players jumping from like, you know, team to team every week. You know
Right.
what I mean? They keep it separate until they have the game, and then they have the big Super Bowl where the two
Right.
big teams, yeah, man, that was wild. I was like, "Is this for real? This is real."
It
That
definitely felt like one of those like clickbait articles, and also it's
was
like I had to check the date. I was like, it's not April Fools, is it yet?
not
Because
yet, and it's
that
like,
would been one of those big like April Fool
and not only that,
headlines.
but if this was real, that was kept very under wraps for almost 3 years,
Out of all the shit that breaks, it's like that didn't break back then.
right? Like he must have been like in the shadows when it came to that whole negotiation bid, whatever the hell he did.
He wore
They
fake
didn't go,
glasses and the fake mustache to go bid. Nobody
or
could
just had
recognize him.
or had somebody else like a decoy person represent him and like, here are the numbers. Now go act like it's you, you know?
We drafted. We were able to draft like two people from the independent scene. Was
Mhm.
there anybody else that caught your radar for that category that you may have or may want to select if you were hiring? I feel like
Hmm.
there's one person that you and me talk about on the side that I know she's probably signed to WWE now, but Nikki Blackheart probably would have been on your
My
radar.
Nikki Blackheart would have been on my radar if she was still, yeah, if she still wasn't signed. Absolutely. I think she could fit both promotions pretty well,
Yeah,
because you got powerhouse women in AEW, you got powerhouse women in WWE, and you could see she's a powerhouse on her own. So I think she
just
can, and
physically
she's so
opposing.
young. And she's so young. How old is she? Like 24 or something like that? Close to that.
Yeah,
And they could easily work with her. I just hope. I mean, I haven't seen much of her work. Only whatever she posts on her socials. I haven't seen a full match, so I don't know how truly good she is. I don't know if you have.
yeah. Again, I've seen what you've seen, pretty much the same stuff.
Yeah.
For us, I don't want to speak for you, but I think it's just an agreement that she passes the eye test. Like she
Hmm.
stands out from a lot of the
She
women. Like
does.
you don't see women like her. I mean, you see women that definitely work out, but she has a look. She has a presence about her.
Yeah. She
Promo
has.
skills, not sure about, but
Yeah. I mean, she is.
that
Got
that
she's got the strong body, but still like very feminine, gorgeous
right,
face.
yeah,
And then you don't see a lot of Dominicans in the mainstream wrestling. You don't.
yeah,
So she could really use just that fact about her to her
hmm
full advantage.
right,
The way they did with Stephanie Vacquer, like she's the first wrestler from Chile to win. They could do the same thing with her. You know,
Yeah.
just take advantage of the opportunity that she is. I think she's the first female Dominican woman in WWE.
Stephanie.
No, Nikki
But
Blackheart.
yeah.
Yeah, like don't.
Again, like it's all rumors, but like we've seen, like she's been reporting to the WWE Performance Center. She was at the
Yeah,
recruit stuff.
I mean, she's been posting about it too. Like she hasn't put much details, but she's posted about being there and seems very optimistic in her post. So,
Yeah.
I would think that there's definitely a some kind of truth to it.
I suspect after Mania, she'll probably be involved in a group for like the new signees, like the next class of people.
Yeah, because she's going to be in NXT for
Yeah.
sure.
She's not going to be Nikki Blackheart. God only knows what generic name they'll give her, but
I know, and I like the name for her, Nikki
yeah.
Blackheart. Unless they do, I don't know what her birth name is. I haven't seen it, so.
I mean, regardless, like we always see random trademark names, and they're always
Just
like,
hope
"What
it's
the
not.
hell are these names?"
Yeah, just hopefully it won't be some weird stuff.
Yeah.
Something weird that's like, what?
Right. And also for when we discussed about should we do call ups for these indies, it's always one of those tight ropes for us because we go to indie shows and we see a lot of these people a lot, and you
Mm-hmm.
never want to disrespect anybody by like not including them because I mean.
Right.
I've been a big supporter of like Smiley for the last couple of years, for about a decade now. I would definitely sign him right now. Other people as well, like JC Storm, that's on the rise
Yeah.
as well. People that have potential that could make a difference. But like
I
Charles
mean,
Mason right now, who's on a roll, he should be picked up by
yeah. Like,
anybody. KJ
also,
Orso, who reinvented himself from
yeah.
Fuego to this asshole KJ now.
Yeah. I mean, that could work for him. Also, uh, why am I drawing blanks today? My brain is just like in a Wednesday hump day kind of feel.
Mm.
Mance Warner.
Even STL Steph.
Yeah, both of them. Now that they're free from TNA, like
And I've been impressed with Steph since like I saw her in NXT, and then like it was like one of those weird cuts of why they get rid of her, but now
yeah.
it's like she's proven all the doubters wrong.
And the few times that she's done Ring of Honor matches, she's looked good in the last couple of years. And I think Mance would be a great fit in AEW. The hardcore matches that he would put, oh gosh,
Yeah,
I can't see him in WWE because of that. His style would just not does not fit there. He would be so watered down to the
yeah,
point where it won't even be the same person there anymore. You know what I mean?
right.
And in the AEW, he could put on matches with, like I said, with Briscoe, with the RB. Just he'd be in the blood and guts matches. He'll do all those crazy wild matches and just
Right.
shit. Him and Gabe Kidd.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Exactly.
He's one of those crazy dudes, but you know what? But yeah, you hope like he gets a opportunity eventually down the line again. And I give him all the props in the world. He stood up with his wife. He stood up with his wife, left a
Yeah,
guaranteed deal, and said, "Fuck it, I'm going with my woman."
yeah, hell yeah. Like you're not gonna play
Props to
her.
him.
Like she's talented too. Why don't y'all want to use her? Like, are you that was weird. That was a very weird situation.
Yeah,
But
very.
I think that they can both land somewhere nicely, and I think I could see that being where they land. Maybe not soon, and but in a few months down the line, I could see them landing in AEW.
Yeah.
And
So now, before we wrap up, let's talk about some trades. If we had to trade
yeah,
anybody from our rosters,
ooh,
who would be on the block?
okay. Let me go back to the list.
While you pull up your list, I will pull out a few names, and I'll pretty much just start with the one that I'm surprised you never even pulled, because I always thought you were going to pull him, Damian Priest.
I did think of him, but he's one of those guys that's just been very WWE-fied to me. You know what I mean? Like he's very
Yeah.
He just seems like, I mean, we've seen him. He had a nice run in the indie scene. He was in Ring of Honor, so it's not like he can't hang in that kind of style. We know he can. We've seen him put on some, pretty cool hardcore matches in WWE. But I just feel like he's really become like, I don't want to say the word puppet, but
Undertaker White.
Like he's become like a spokesperson for them. Like he does appearances for them everywhere. He's become that good corporate guy.
Yeah.
And
At the end of the day, it's not that bad, but it's also, I think, just he blended in the WWE style quicker than anybody would think.
He did. He really did. And I just feel like, you know what? Even though it's disappointing how they've been using him since after he had that quick the title run, and then they kind of just we'll put you here and have you do some mid card stuff.
Yeah.
Um
the transfer of him to SmackDown would have been it was a nice idea in theory, but just hasn't been executed perfectly at this point.
No. So
well,
I
you'd think he should be at the top, but right now he's like nearing the bottom, which is not the bottom, but he's stuck in the middle.
Yeah, he's like in purgatory right now, like just kind of floating around. And yeah, he's a new tag team champion. That's cool. That's great. Just I don't know. It's just it feels weird, and I just don't. I try to picture him in AEW, and I don't see where he fits. I don't see him fitting. His look would be good, but I could just see him being a Don.
I was just about to say,
team him up with Lance Archer and have him, with the same hairstyle.
I mean, they both have those weird back tattoos, so and like they have like similar hairstyles, so it would kind of be like a white version and a Spanish version of each other.
Puerto Rican version, yeah. Like, and maybe if Lance was younger, I mean, not that Damien obviously is not.
I was about to say, come on.
Dude, Lance Archer's like 50 years old.
No, but I'm also saying Damien's not that young either.
He's still younger than me. He's still younger than me, to be honest, though. But
no comment about that.
If they were,
I learned my lesson.
I'm proud of my age. Okay.
And you look good, and you look great for your age.
That's why I'm proud of
it. But again, like I was thinking, I'm agreeing with you. Damien is definitely WWE-ified.
Yeah.
Where if you were to go back to Punishment Martinez, it would not make sense at all. It would not fit.
It would be weird. I mean, he still refers the whole punishment thing, which is cool that he does the little callbacks to being punishment.
Yeah.
But it was a completely different character. Like he was very dark,
quiet,
like very early Taker.
Yeah.
He
was also much. Quiet. Nowadays, he talks a lot.
He talks a lot, and yeah, it's just he could go back to the name, but that's it.
Right.
But yeah, but in terms of if I had to trade someone I picked already,
something that was not on the board, or something that you were. Somebody from your roster that you were willing to give up.
Oh, that I'm willing to give up. That I've already picked, or that hasn't been picked, or that
hasn't been picked.
Gosh.
Because I mean, like you represent AEW, would you be willing to give up a Wardlow for somebody?
Oh yeah. I would give up a Wardlow.
So how about like
Wardlow or like
would you want Ray Phoenix back for Wardlow?
No, I wouldn't. If Ray would have left in better terms, I just feel like he burned that bridge, and I don't, and it's almost like you can't trust the person that does that.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I would probably trade Wardlow for oh God. See, I was having a lot of, honestly, like I was struggling because of the fact that so many of these guys feel so established in WWE that maybe I would switch a Wardlow for damn, that's right. I already picked him. I was gonna say Carmelo, and wait, I already got him. Maybe a Montez Ford. Or
I'm looking at my list, but I mean, would you want like a Vikingo for a Wardlow? Another high flyer?
That's a good one. I didn't even consider him because he's so down in AAA.
Yeah.
That would actually.
Because I feel eventually he's going to be after Manny, they're definitely going to move him over to NXT. If you sign AAA, and he was the first person they showcased,
right?
You would think that this company has big ideas for him. They keep putting him in the big matches.
And they kept him down there.
And they
And they
pretty
kept
much stole them from AEW. That's what they did.
it, listen, we know a lot. A lot of it can also be that we'll take this one
Just
because
in spite of you.
yeah, like I feel like Hobbs was one of those guys. And
Yeah, but
they
it's also
preyed
true.
on Hobbs. Like I said, they preyed on Hobbs. They dangled the carrot in front of him, and he was like, "Damn, man, why not?" And that's not
Yeah,
fair.
but again, you have to also think like with a lot of these people when they grew up, it was like I wanted to be an AEW
Right,
superstar.
and
It's
that's what
always
I'm
I want to
saying.
be a WWE guy.
But
And
that's exactly what I'm saying. Like,
the guy's
they
35 and he's taking
they
a chance on himself now.
they
So in the
they did whatever they did. They did the reach out. They dangled the money to him, and he took it. And now it's like, okay, he's getting paid, but you know, but we see that happen a lot. We see that happen a lot.
so if you want like a Hobbs back, would you want like a Starks back or Ethan Page back?
Mm,
Or do you think they did the same thing with Ray with like burnt bridge? Because especially
yeah,
with Ricky Starks, a
yeah,
guy that had a lot
Ricky.
of potential in AEW, but never really
I'm gonna
either it
be
was on
real.
him or it was Tony's booking.
I'm gonna be real with you about Ricky. Ricky is good,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not. I was never fully impressed with him.
Not worth a draft pick on then.
No, not even close. Like he wasn't even on my radar with that. And Ethan, I mean, I like Ethan, but the same thing. I feel like I don't know. They just don't. They had a ceiling in the AEW, and I feel like they have that same ceiling in WWE NXT right now. Even if they go main roster, they're not gonna go. They're not gonna be main eventers in WWE ever, ever, ever. Never, not even close. Maybe mid card, maybe US title, maybe IC belts, maybe tag team. I can never see either one of those two wearing the big belts. Absolutely fucking not.
I mean, I agree with you. I definitely can see like Ethan being U.S. champion, Ricky being the Intercontinental champion.
Right, tag team champions.
I definitely feel like they'll definitely like punch the glass ceiling, the proverbial glass ceiling, and then like they'll be in main event scenes, but not win the big one.
But they'll be used as jobbers. They'll be used to eat pins.
Come on,
They'll be used to eat pins. They'll be used to eat pins. Come on.
Maybe on Ethan's side, but Ricky, I think more. They think highly more of him. I hope.
If that's the case,
but,
he would have been up there by now.
So I'm gonna throw this name at you. How interested were you in, like, or I'm surprised you didn't think about her, but Bailey.
Yeah, she crossed my mind. She did cross my mind. I mean, she did, but I'll say like the two other women that did make my potential list were Asuka. I think she could do damage in AEW, and Mia Yim. She's so good.
Yeah, and right now she's pretty much the best worker in the Baddies 2.0 group.
And like her run in TNA, she was killing it. She looked good. She was killing it. She was putting on some really dope matches, and then she went back to WWE, and it just there's people don't give her the accolades that she deserves because they're not giving her the chance to show what she could do. And now, like you said, now she's in the baddies. Now she's gonna play second fiddle, third fiddle to someone that can't hold a candle to her in the ring. Yeah. And I see her if she would have went to AEW, she may have. I mean, she definitely would have had the TBS belt.
She'd definitely be fighting for that. I mean, you could definitely pair her with somebody in AEW and have her be a tag champion. It would have to be the right person, though.
Right. I mean, I feel like she, especially where the division is now in AEW, there would have been so much more potential for her to put on some main event matches, maybe even win the belt.
Yeah. This is going to be a weird trade for a lot of people that are going to hear this when this goes out. But if I were to offer Bailey, Candice LeRae, and Mia Yim for the trio of Harley Cameron and both the Inspiration, would you take that in a heartbeat?
Oh yeah, immediately.
Because I'm going to ask too, like, does Harley benefit more in AEW or would she do better in WWE?
See, that's the weird part because I feel like she can get away with more in AEW.
She's pretty much there for like everybody else in the women's division is the wrestler. She's the comedy,
Yeah,
the comedy character.
she's a comedy character. She's unhinged,
Yeah,
but I mean, the girl has improved greatly in the ring.
yeah.
We can't deny that.
She shows moments of
Yeah,
positivity, but
she's not she's not a Chris Statlander, but she's we've seen she's only been doing this for what 3 years. They say I think 2 or 3 years that she's been actually actively wrestling.
crazy because I think it's like Blake Monroe. Mariah May has the same amount of experience as her.
Yeah, and
And look how great she is.
yeah, and I see Harley little by little getting better and better. She's doing things in the ring that I'm like, good for her, like good for her. She's doing some things that other people who've been wrestling a lot longer can't do.
Right.
And I could just I don't know, I don't see her being utilized as well in WWE. I could see her being almost like a Candice LeRae. Like you see how Candice, she's so talented.
Right.
We've seen some crazy stuff out of her in her indie work, and yet what is she doing?
But
and I could see them doing that with Harley. Pairing her up with like, I don't know, some other comedy guy and then just being in the sidelines.
But in the sense of like we know how talented Candice is, but wouldn't it be like it wouldn't offend the wrestling fans if like Harley was the one losing to everybody. When it's Candice, to like really like you could be doing more with Candice. I know like age thing as well because she's getting up there, and Mia did the same thing. But this thing for Harley, especially like I have no idea why Tony Khan signed the Iconics. Them two are entertaining. They're not the greatest wrestlers, but
no, they're not.
Feel that he just signed them because he needs teams.
I don't think WWE reached out to them. I think
but WWE, it would just be easy to bring them back in and have them lose to your Charlottes and Alexas, like the random tag team like division that they have in WWE.
I don't think that they got an offer from WWE at all.
No, I believe so, but it's just weird that it's Tony Khan that took them.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it wasn't pity.
I mean, shit. It's because also too, like Sean Spears was in AEW, and you would be surprised that the wife is now working for the company.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, who knows? I mean, maybe there's something brewing there,
Yeah. I mean, for Bayley too, I think this might be her last year in WWE. Like, that might be a swan song because I feel by next year she'll be in AEW, and doing the indies as well.
I would actually love to see her in AEW. I really would actually.
Her and Mercedes logging it up again.
Right, exactly. I think that would be cool as hell, for her.
And Bayley has said publicly she would love to work with a Chris Statlander and a Willow.
Yeah, I could, and I think she will put some damn good matches on. Yeah, because we could say it too. She really hasn't. I mean, she did have that one title run a couple of years ago.
Long one.
But
like pandemic wise, she was definitely one of the MVPs that was definitely carrying the show.
But like since then, she's this weird weird bipolar multi-personality. It's just not working. Like
I think the more women they brought in, the more her stock is lowered.
Yeah.
Because it's like you want to showcase Bayley, but it's also like you have a Steffi McKay, you want to showcase a Julia. We started saying it's main event. So Ruka's now on the way up.
Right.
And Bayley, again, it's kind of like the Finn Balor thing. Bring the newer ones up. Where, for her case, she still has a lot to fucking prove. Or show that she still has more to do.
Absolutely.
Now, I don't know what the hell her name will be in AEW if she ever goes or makes the jump, but I think it would fit like a glove.
Yeah, because she would, like you said, a match with her and Willow would be great. A match with her and like Thunder Rosa, I think would be really great.
But just think of that four though: Bayley, Mercedes against Willow and Chris.
Yeah. It's she's another one that she could go in and just have so many matches to choose from.
In Japan too, go to Stardom.
Yeah, why not?
There for a little bit.
Work there for a little bit. Do some stuff with CMML.
Yeah.
Like you said, the indie scene pop up in HOG or GCW.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
And then one of the teams I was thinking of, possible trade, would be sending the War Raiders, or you get War Machine back.
Mm.
How do you feel about them two? If WWE, because I feel if they're gonna do Concept of Mania, they're definitely on the chopping block.
Yeah, because again,
They're killing the tag division in WWE, but with them going to WWE, or no, with them going to AEW, them colliding with the Gates of Agony.
oh God, yeah, the Gates of Agony or freaking, her syndicate. Just yeah,
Running back with the Young Bucks.
yeah, because again, like these two guys are for guys of their size, the shit they do in that ring.
Especially Ivar Hansen.
Yeah, and then all they do and you'll see them pull a move like that out once a year in WWE because they're I think that they could benefit from that change too.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially, and I think also the injury bug too as well. They both been hit with it.
Right, they both got injured, but now they're both
Eric
back.
almost career ending with a neck injury.
Right.
Or no, maybe both of them.
I forgot what the other injury was. I think they both had neck injuries, but one was more severe than the other.
Right. And I know Eric is the one that had the motorcycle accident all those years ago.
Right.
But
yeah. Well, yeah.
Maybe a condensed schedule in AEW, but still being pushed as War Machine. That'd be something.
Yeah, they could have the deal that like Grizzly Young Veterans have, where they kind of like bounce around between Japan and
my God, them going back to Japan would be a killer thing for them.
Right, and that's the cool thing is like working in AEW, you can have like that dual agreement, even
Which we need to see more of. We need to see more of that, honestly. A lot of these AEW guys need to do more overseas stuff.
Yeah, why not? I mean, I feel like some of them could do that, but they don't. Because they have the freedom.
Like, and all due respect, too, it's like, it's nice to see them if they work like over here, but it's also like, it's some of those small indies. Meanwhile, you work for the biggest company, the second biggest company in the world, and you're doing a show in front of a small crowd or at least a decent sized crowd. But
I mean, I would take advantage of and try to do as much as I could. I mean, look at Mercedes. You think I didn't think Mercedes would do as much as she's done. I thought when she was signed with them that she was just gonna be on TV and that's it. But she's traveled the world.
Yeah.
She's earning her keep.
Also, belt update. She's done the 3 belts. We're gonna be seeing her on television soon.
Oh yeah, she's coming back soon. Those 3 belts will drop off for her really fast, and she'll be back. Yeah. And I think she'll be the one to come back humbled and turn into a face and challenge Tekla.
Yeah. So I say War Raiders go to AEW. Is there any team from the other side that you would say would go to WWE?
See, that's what I would say.
Like with Private Party.
No, I would say Outrunners.
Perfect for a switch. Okay.
Yeah. I think Outrunners would just fit into WWE so well with their 80s gimmick. Yeah, they'll be comedy, but they're not.
And WWE has the production to like do those vignettes of them going to the gym and being crazy.
Right. Exactly, and wearing their day glow outfits, and they'll fit right in. Yeah, Private Party, I feel like they'll just get sucked up into the NXT vortex and
Top Flight too, maybe.
I don't know. I always worry about guys of their stature in WWE because they just get, I don't know. They just won't be featured the way they should be.
Yeah, I mean, like guys like Axiom and Nathan Frazier, who are a team that they do get the spotlight on them, but they don't have storylines.
Yeah, I've heard. I've been seeing like lately people have been complaining about their use, how they've been used online. I mean, online. Like people have been complaining about how they've been used lately.
I mean, Johnny Gargano's every week on SmackDown lying down on a box.
Planking on a box. He's just planking.
And he was on NXT last night, and he just won the number 1 contender. So he's going to be on Stand and Deliver now. So
yeah.
And he's one of the guys that you drafted that
Right.
like there was a round where you gave me 3 options and I let you take Johnny,
Yeah.
and honestly, you would benefit. It's not just to be like, oh, him and Ciampa could reunite, do DIY and AEW.
That would have worked.
Them individually alone.
Yeah, I wouldn't even think of putting them together as a tag team again. I would have them feud maybe.
Right.
You know, he could come in and say, "Wow, you abandoned me so quickly to come here. You didn't even think about telling me that you were doing that." Like, you know, just make up some shit.
You left me alone.
You left me alone, and you know, you could have taken me with you, or you could have at least given me the heads up. I found out when you were gone. Like, you know, like put some drama to that shit, and they could feud. And you know, I could see him, you know, doing some great shit, having the national belt.
Him and Speedball.
Yeah. Him and freaking Cassidy, Yuta, Garcia. You know, those two kids have been stepping it up lately. So,
I mean, shit. Lee Moriarty's had that pure title on for like
2 years.
2 years now. Don't get me straight. And here's another. Like, I was like, I wrote it down, but I'm like, Ari's never gonna go for it, or like, just the idea of it would sound so silly. But it's just like the brand rights, like just switch brands, like AAA for Ring of Honor.
That would have been crazy.
Yeah, like,
just the whole promotions.
Just switch everything with the belts, because then if you think like, I was like, wait a minute. So then AEW is gonna have both AAA and CMLL.
That's crazy.
It's like, and then
and it could have happened.
But if you think about logistically,
he was trying to make it happen. Tony was trying to make it
it would be like a nightmare, because it's also like, doesn't CMLL and AAA have like a rivalry against each other? The owners never got along.
Right. They
certain luchadors couldn't work both shows. There was like some of them were trademarked for one company.
Right. And you know, like I said, Tony did try. He was trying to work with both promotions until I guess Conan was like, no.
Yeah. And see how Conan was very. Notice how Conan's been very WWE, and I get it, because WWE definitely paid him a lot of money for all the branding, and now it's just pretty much another developmental system for Mexico, but from Mexico.
Yeah.
But just like one of those, it was like one of those weird things. Like would you switch Ring of Honor stuff for the AAA stuff?
I probably wouldn't. Maybe if it was pre WWE AEW, AAA.
Right.
But now
because that's also like, because for AEW it's like AAA and CMLL now, and for WWE it's like NXT and Ring of Honor now. Like, what the hell are you guys doing?
Yeah, that would be wild to see that. That would have been wild to see that.
Might as well just throw the TNA agreement out the window.
Yes.
But yeah. Other than that, I think, and then I'll say for you, like anybody on the AEW side, like, or like, would you give up on? Like, I know he's dealing with health issues, but Keith Lee, would you give him up?
Yeah.
And have him go back to the WWE if healthy?
If he's even going to wrestle again, who knows at this point? Right. He's been so quiet. But yeah, guys like that, like Keith Lee, Wardlow, people like, you know, that just
we never see anymore.
Yeah, like just cut them loose. Cut them loose, and that money could go towards people that are healthy.
Yeah.
You know, can come in and put on matches and put in the consistent work without getting hurt every two months. You know what I mean?
And then this last name I'm going to throw at you, who been in the news for a while, who wants more competition, but Deonna Purrazzo.
Yeah, Deonna Purrazzo.
Would you give her up for WWE? What would you trade her? Would she be on the block for you?
Deonna, if I did have to trade her for someone in WWE, it probably would be for Mia Yim. But overall, I mean, you know, she spoke about, she cleared up how she feels, and she's actually not upset about where she's at. You know, I think it's just, you know, internet people brewing up shit. Like, she's not upset about it. Does she want more? Sure, but she's not upset because she is a champion right now, you know?
Right.
And and has her opportunity to do work outside of wrestling with her.
Yeah.
Well, we saw her, speaking up for the children, right, over
Yeah.
in
In
Jersey. Like
Jersey.
she wouldn't be able to do a lot of that stuff if she left. And you could see that she has it in her heart to do some that kind of humanitarian work
Right.
with her degree. She's a nurse, I believe. It's a nursing degree that she got.
Yeah.
So
I know. It's just like initially, I was looking at this. I was like you decided to come here. This was your choice. But then, like looking at it again, it was kind of like I get it. Where it's she's like one of those people that doesn't want to be on the sidelines. If you're gonna use me, use me. And if
mhm.
like if you have the women here, let's do
And
something.
I mean, she is being used. She has a strap around her belt, around her waist. You can't.
Yeah.
Like, she really. She's. It's not like he completely shelved her because of what happened in Mexico.
Yeah, it could
You know,
be worse. It could be worse in her
he could have
case, where she's
fired
not.
her.
She's being used at all,
Right.
and let her contract right out.
She could have been let go. Yeah, exactly. But now she came back in. She went back into Ring of Honor. She won that tournament. She's got the belt. She looks good with it. And then
It's just definitely a Tony Khan issue where like he needs to manage Ring of Honor or have somebody else take control of that while he does the AW stuff.
not even that. It's just I feel like he if someone is becomes a bit of a problem child, he kind of makes them earn their respect back. He did it with Sammy, and he's still kind of like, you know. And I get that. I mean, why reward somebody who screwed up somehow?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it's also, I just look at it more of like he has like a lot more stuff to handle than he should. Where it's like
Yeah, I
he
agree
should
with that.
focus on the AW stuff, and
Yeah.
it's a great thing he bought Ring of Honor for the legacy and stuff because he knew if WWE bought it, it was just going to be on the shelf.
In the shelf, right? If
But
people are still the name is still active, people are still representing it. And then the shows. Listen, you could now they're putting them on YouTube the day after they go live on their app. So
yeah,
I watch it. Their matches are freaking awesome.
right.
The storylines could, but Ring of Honor never had strong storylines to begin with. It was always about the match.
Right. Which
They
is like I
needed
think like in the hands of maybe like a Nigel or even like a Jeff Jarrett that if they bring
Nigel.
in if they give indie talent to showcase and just mesh them in with some of the AEW guys that aren't being used,
Yeah,
it could be something.
and that's what they do. That's
Right.
basically what they
But just more of that though,
do.
because it's like a weird one because like the Ring of Honor champions are on AEW television, but he barely defends the belts.
Yeah.
Just the Ring of Honor needs consistency because if they want to be like the alternative or like the opposite of NXT or be something similar to that, NXT does storylines. Why can't Ring of Honor do that?
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe it's just because for me, like, that's not the essence of Ring of Honor. It's not the story; it's the action. Since day one, they had their little stories, but it was so minor. They were
Right.
so minor. It was more about showcasing the best talents from around the world that no one's seen.
Yeah.
And I think that's basically, you know, what they try to do when they bring in guys from Japan. They bring in the local talent. They bring people in from Europe, and you see them pop up in Ring of Honor for a couple of matches, and then yeah.
Well, for Fantasy Warfare Draft Recap mini episode, we definitely touched on a lot of things. Where we definitely touched on a lot of modern day booking stuff, which I think is one of those good things about us. Where like we're not just strictly talking about all the stuff from the past. We can talk about current stuff and still give our wrestling knowledge on that.
Absolutely.
Which if anybody wants us to do that, we can do that a lot more if they want. Maybe
Yeah.
once every month we can
mix
hop
it
on
up.
here and give our thoughts on it.
Yeah, mix it up. We could do a little segment.
Yeah, like I said, one type of stuff. There's
And like I'm trying to do on social media too. Like just jump on New York Wrestle Media's socials and have a question posed to the fans and talk about some of the stuff that we're watching now. Right? Yeah.
there's WrestleMania's around the corner.
Yeah, it sure is. And
Yeah, Ari might not watch it, but I'll be watching it, so I'll definitely give my thoughts on it.
I'm just from what I'm reading, people are not looking forward to it.
And we'll see.
The build-up hasn't really been. I mean,
Yeah,
they still have, what, 3 weeks to go to build it up?
We'll touch on that on another day. But other than that, history and headlocks here with a recap episode with just pretty much us also chattering about other stuff. But overall, if you guys want to go watch our live stream of the draft, it's on the channel, which everybody like, comment, and subscribe for that. Next time you see us for history and headlocks will be another special superstar retrospective on the one heartbreak kid, the showstopper, Mr. WrestleMania, probably the greatest wrestler of all time. We'll debate that as well. But we're going to be talking about the one and only Shawn Michaels.
Absolutely.
And referee Angel will be joining us for that one. And we're going to be making that two-parter where we're going to talk about the first half of his career and then his whole Renaissance second part. And that'll be a special thing for History of Headlocks. And then anything else after that, we'll let everybody know with updates. But for anybody that wants to follow us, Instagram is the only thing we have right now, and near NYWM_History Headlocks. And if anybody wants to join the Facebook group, it is NY Wrestle Media, or New York Wrestle Media.
Yeah.
Where you'll see a lot of interaction from the both of us on wrestling specifically. And that is it for this. And everybody, class is dismissed.
Sit, turn type, sit. Good boy. Ruff.